Hi kids, Miss Barbara. I wanted to say hi again today on a video. I have a fun picture and craft that we're going to make today, and I'm just missing you, and I'm really thinking about you, and I wish you were here at school with me. I want to say hi to Ainsley, Benjamin, hi Cade, hi Emery, hi Ivy, and hi Jack. I'm still doing great. I hope you are too. I wanted to do more today on our farm unit. We would have been learning a lot about farms this month, and I had another video that you may have watched where we made the farm diorama, the picture of the farm that we built up on a piece of cardboard. Today we're going to make one that's more of just a picture, and it's of a sheep, and we're going to do something fun with it. Before we start making the picture though, I want to tell you a few things about sheep, because we're going to want to pick something about sheep to write on our white card. You have a white card that I sent home and also some cotton, and from home you're going to have some black paint and red paint, I hope, at home that you can use, and maybe some nice colorful markers, and that's what we're going to use to make our picture. But first I'm going to read a couple of our Bible cards about sheep. This one is just called Sheep, and I'm going to tell you a few things about them. Sheep were important to people in Bible times. Sheep's wool was woven into cloth. Their milk was a nourishing drink, and their meat was good to eat. Today, sheep are still raised for the same reasons. The male sheep, or the daddy, is called a ram. The female sheep, or the mommy, is a ewe, and a baby is a lamb. In Bible times, sheep were cared for by shepherds. A shepherd would spend long days taking his sheep into grassy fields to eat. Abel, the younger son of Adam and Eve, raised sheep. King David was also a shepherd when he was a boy. Jesus often talked about people as being like sheep. Sheep are mild and gentle animals. They need someone to take care of them. Jesus knew that people needed God's care and love. And before Jesus went to heaven, he told his disciple Peter, "Feed my sheep." Jesus wanted Peter to keep on teaching people that God loves them and cares for them, like a shepherd cares for sheep. So that's the first one about sheep. This one, though, is about sheep shearing. And I'm going to talk about what shearing is. So let me read the card and let's make sure that we all understand what shearing is when it comes to sheep. To cut away or shave a sheep's hair is called sheep shearing. The sheep's hair, called wool, is then used to make fabric. In Bible times, sheep shearing was done every spring. That's the season we're in now. It comes after winter. And it's done in the spring because the sheep's wool is thick and heavy from the winter. Because sheep owners usually raised thousands of sheep, many workers, including the owners' families, were needed to shear the whole flock. First, they had to bring in all the sheep from the fields. Then, while holding on to each animal, workers used sharp knives to shear the sheep. And they're just cutting off the wool, like giving it a shave or a haircut, but with a knife. Because they had to cut right next to the sheep's skin, workers had to be very careful not to cut the skin. Sheep shearing was hard work. So after all the animals had been sheared, all of them in the whole batch, the sheep owners held a big party. All the people who had helped with the shearing, as well as the shepherds who had cared for the sheep, were invited to the party. So sheep shearing is like all of them getting a haircut at the same time. So you can see on this card here, he's partly sheared or shaved, and he's still getting the rest of it off. And his wool is down here on the grass. They collect all that wool and they make it into thread and yarn, and they make things out of it like rugs and coats and curtains and blankets and even tents in Bible times. So they made a lot of things with it, even things that we wear now, especially our coats and our carpets and our rugs. So we're going to make a fun picture of a sheep. You have a white card, and we're going to pick one sentence or one thing to write up above about sheep, and I'm going to choose a couple of colors for mine, and I'm going to say sheep shearing doesn't hurt. It's like a haircut. Does a haircut hurt you? No. A haircut doesn't hurt, and it doesn't hurt the sheep either. Okay, so I'm going to turn that around. That's going to be at the top of my white card, and we're going to put a sheep down below. And this is kind of a funny way of doing it, but I'm going to put black paint on my hand, and I'm going to put that down on my paper. And so you're going to need your mom or dad to help you paint your hand with black paint. Okay, so I'm getting my paint in my tray here, and I'm going to cover my hand with black paint. When you do this, when you're done, you would go right away to the sink and wash off your hand. I can't really do that because, actually I think I'm going to use my other hand here because I'm making a video. So I'm going to have black paint on my hand for a minute while I finish my sheep at the end also. But you're going to have someone paint your hand black. It's kind of funny to put paint all over your hand, down your fingers, and even down your thumb. And then you're going to put your hand on your paper, and it's going to kind of make the shape of what the sheep's body might look like. So I put my hand on my paper, and then I pick it up. Mine didn't have my paint in the middle. I didn't press my hand down far enough. I think yours will. I'm going to cover that, but that's actually going to be covered by our cotton anyway. So then I open my glue, and I'm going to get some glue on my cotton. You all have cotton there too, and I'm going to put this on the sheep's body. It might be best for you to let your black paint dry first, but you don't have to. I can't let mine dry because I'm showing it to you all at once here. You can get your glue on your cotton and put your cotton on your sheep one at a time. I put all of mine on at once because of course I've got my hand full of paint. This thumb part that I put there, I'm going to make that a little darker, is his neck and his head. And so the last thing I'm going to do, I should have opened this ahead of time, is I'm going to get my red paint out and make a little eye with my, maybe a little eye with my red paint there, just to make something that makes it look like that's his head. Okay, so you could use a different color, you could use blue or something, but something that would show against your black. So he's got 4 legs and his head with a little eye, and then I touched my cotton. I didn't really want to do that. Keep your cotton clean and put glue on the pieces of cotton and glue him down on there onto his back, and he looks like a sheep that you made out of your hand. So that's your picture when you're all done, and let it dry before you hang it up, and you have a fun picture of a sheep that you made with your hand and with cotton. That's it for today. I'll have another video for you another time. I miss you. I'm thinking about you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.